heard you once said, each of the people on this list has a story to tell. Each of them has overcome injustice. Each of them has something to give to this state and to the world. And you were referring to the people you were providing clemency for, including Judy. And I was wondering, from your perspective, how do brave stories help us move through uncertainty and connect with others?
Well, I'll tell you very practically, one of the things that's really interesting in the resilience research, kids who understand their own personal story tend to be more resilient. When I say their personal story, it's their history. Where did they come from? Right? Who are their parents? Who are their grandparents? Why do they live here? People, when they connect to their own story, including the story of the hardship that brought them to this place, it actually helps them to become more resilient. Stories are essential, and they're essential because the human mind is narrative. Okay? You're helping to broadcast Judy's story, and a lot of the people who are listening to it, they might not remember every detail, but if they hear this story about a woman who served 36 years in prison for a murder that she didn't commit, they're going to remember this story for 20, 30 years.
Right.
You could give them a whole series of facts, and they might forget those facts. They might forget the statistics, but people can hold on to the stories. And the reason why people hold on to the stories is because the stories create meaning. And this is also one of the things that's so powerful about resilience, is that we have, and everybody who's listening to your podcast has the opportunity, Judd, they have the opportunity to create their own story.
Yes.
So I've said before, was actually in my new book, I haven't shared this yet. One of the things that I write about in the new book is that the past cannot be changed. It can only be created. Meaning that the things that have happened, you can't go back and change those things, but you get to create what they mean. Judy Henderson had a choice to make about what her wrongful conviction meant. You had the choice about what to do with your hardship. I had the choice about what to do with my hardship. The dad who you met on the plane last night, he's got a choice to decide, like, hey, this has happened. My son's in a really tough space. What does it mean? You get to create that meaning. And I think that there's nothing that is more soothing, and in a way, nothing that is more provides more guidance than a good quality story.
I like how Judy says, I could have looked at it and come out bitter.
Yes.
But instead I come out better.
Better. Yes. And that's the choice everybody has to make. It's bitter or better.
This interview will reach people who feel buried.
Yeah.
By addiction, by their injustice, by shame, by heartbreak. And some of them may feel right now, as they're listening, that they're in a pit so deep that the light can't even reach them. What do you say to someone who's right there, right now, someone who's holding on by a thread?
Yeah. I'd say, first, thank you for holding on. And then I would say, you're loved. And you might not feel right now like the world loves you. You might not feel like God loves you, but God does love you. There are others who love you. And I would ask them to try to find a way to love themselves. Because the hardest hardship usually doesn't come just from the outside.
Right.
The hardest moments come when we turn on ourselves. That's certainly been true for me. And we don't have to turn on ourselves. And so I'd say to somebody who feels absolutely buried, who feels like there is no hope, who feels like they have tried everything, I would say to them, thank you for holding on. I'd say to them, we need you. And I would also tell them that, at least based on my experience, that I can promise you that it will get better.
Right.
You've got a role to play. You have choices to make. But if you make the right choices, it will get better. And this is an incredibly probably maybe almost impossible thing to hear if you're really, really buried, but there can be a purpose in it, and there can be tremendous joy that comes from this great pain. The great tragedy can actually lead to greater joy.